Hello everybody, how are you? This is Christy with your astrological update for February 22nd through the 29th. I'm also going to pick some cards. There is going to be a full moon tomorrow at 1:20 on the East Coast in Virgo. So for those of you who are working on issues regarding your job, I feel like this full moon is a very important release regarding a lot of habits, especially with work. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Don't mind me in my pajamas. I am filming this really late at night so that I can get it out in the morning. And if you are in Australia, hi guys, good to see you. I'm sorry this is a day late for your start of the week, but the full moon is still for you as well on the 23rd for you. So the moon will be in the early degrees of Virgo on the East Coast again at 1:20 p.m. And if you have anything in mutable signs, this is especially important for Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Gemini, because there's some kind of release occurring regarding either your 6th house, and this is also for everybody, your 6th house work house, or your Virgo planets, your Virgo path, if that makes sense. Virgo is the hardest working sign in the zodiac, meaning it's the sign related to your actual daily work activities. So a Virgo is a planner. A Virgo is typically somebody who's very OCD about their daily routines and small pets, small animals, and all things related to kind of the inner workings that lead to your overall career. So Virgo is very helpful, very service-oriented, and this moon in particular is very service-oriented and spiritual regarding the sun, which is in conjunction, in a loose conjunction right now with Neptune, the spiritual planet. So it's very interesting because this has a element of spirituality to it as well. And Virgo is often a very spiritually devoted sign. You would often see many monks who have Virgo planets. And on the mundane levels, this could also correlate to trying to find a balance between your spiritual life and your daily activities, or incorporating your spiritual life into your daily activities. But it's also a release of some kind of habit, which may not really formulate or accumulate until the 8th of March, which is the upcoming solar eclipse, which is going to be very powerful, and that's going to be in Pisces. So this is kind of like the inner workings, that inner wheel leading up to, in 2 weeks from now, a solar eclipse. This is kind of like the little bits that are being washed away so that there's going to be a huge clean out occurring very soon, especially for mutable signs. This is the year for mutable signs. This is your year, you guys. If you are Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, Virgo, this is your year to really put those creations and manifest them. Especially with Mars working with certain energies as well. I would also, that's a whole other story going on too, is this Mars retrograde that I can't even stress enough. Mars has reached his degree last week of the retrograde, meaning Mars right now is at 25 Scorpio, working well with the Pisces energy. So it's working kind of, it's not quite with this full moon, but it's going to be working with this eclipse that's coming up. So I kind of feel like this is the preparation kit to the solar eclipse that's coming up. These weeks are leading us up to this eclipse. And there might be a lot of people leaving this planet with this eclipse. I mean, already I've talked about, Justice Scalia. His chart was very much in line with the eclipse. The same with David Bowie. So, and Scott Wayland, I just looked at his chart recently, and he had a similar chart to the Mercury retrograde. So everybody's kind of being either taken to the spiritual side, literally, or your life is being taken to the spiritual side. There's a whole spiritual tone and element to this. And those who are leaving this planet now, with eclipses generally, people do leave. And this is a full moon where people could, but it's very, I feel peaceful off of this full moon when I'm looking at the chart. The chart is very, very quietly spiritual. And I'm going to pull some cards, because I'm feeling quite quiet. I mean, Virgo and Pisces are definitely the most quiet signs. And I have my Mercury in Pisces, so I speak Pisces. And let's see. I'm gonna pull 3 cards, and then a 4th card as an emphasis for an outcome. So we're gonna do, and then I have a few cards that I'm pulling for friends that have requested. I would like to thank the Capricorn that got me this bracelet. Thank you so much. I've been using it in my readings, and it's been really, really nice. So thank you, Capricorn lady, for getting me this, or giving this to me. This card popped out. So this is the beginning of the week. It's truth and integrity. And it's actually a very Virgo-like card, the Virgin. You're seeing like this woman surrounded by little angels, little kids, little cherubs kind of like around her. She's naked in a garden. It's very much saying the truth of a situation, or the truth of what you want for yourself, is something that you need to strive for or go towards or incorporate into your daily activities and routines this week. This is the beginning of the week card. The truth is with you. It's being shown to you for a reason. It's really here to help you. And what it makes me think of shame, the word shame, is a lot of times Virgos feel shame. They're typically very dutiful signs. The earth signs especially are very dutiful, and they're made to feel shameful for things like being naked. If you find somebody with a strong 6th house or strong Virgo chart, they have a lot of shame to them. And it makes me think of that song by Jeff Buckley. He was a really good musician. He passed away. He's a singer-songwriter. And he wrote a song called New Year's Prayer, which makes me think of this moon. He had a lot of Virgo in his chart too, a lot of Scorpio too. And he has a song where the lyrics are, feel no shame for what you are. And I kind of feel like that kind of links to this card. Feel no shame for what you are. The truth is there for a reason, like the X-Files. The truth is out there. Ha! Okay, these cards fell down, when I shuffle, I'm very clunky. So I'm gonna go with this card. And soulmate. I pulled this card before in my Valentine's reading. I pulled this card for somebody I did a reading for the other day. If you have a soulmate situation, and there's a lot being presented right now, and a soulmate doesn't always need to be a romantic mate. The beginning of this week, the moon brings truth and integrity. You don't have to sell your soul for your soulmate. The middle of the week may bring news or truth regarding a soulmate, but if your situation is pertaining to a soulmate, the moon will allow you to release the prison or the chains regarding that person and bringing in kind of this harmonious energy. That's a really beautiful card. It's very cute. It's very like playful and young, but still like the young at heart type energy. It's very, very beautiful. So let's go with the rest. I'm going to do a nice big shuffle. I cleared these cards before I did this video with rose water and lavender, because I wanted them to be super clear for the full moon. So they're very, very in tune with the release energy, but that release does bring beauty. And this card, for the end of the week, is harmony. So this full moon brings some kind of truth, some kind of, it could be an internal realization, it could be some kind of within yourself. It could even be, I mean, this is a person standing alone and surrounded by love. Soulmate could even be yourself. And at the end of the week, very harmonious, and an angel just kind of on her own in the wilderness, but she's not alone, she's guided. She's surrounded by light, and I will pick one more card for kind of an overall kind of energy. Okay. This one pops out, and I'm gonna do one more because I'm a shitty shuffler. Okay. And I'm like slow right now with this, so. Alright, so I picked the children card, which kind of goes along with soulmate. Your soulmate could be your child if you have children, which is very sweet too. Paired opposites. I just did a rose, one of my rituals that I haven't done in a very long time was a rose ritual, where you take like a sheet of paper and you write down paired opposites, and then you peel off the rose petals with the intention of paired opposites, with the idea that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, or for every, side there's another side. And then you put them in water and then you dry out the petals and burn them off. But for me, I had dried rose petals from the Venus retrograde. I had kept them when I released them into the river today, which was very nice to watch them float away, and I just allowed my problems to float away, and that was my ritual. And it's very inexpensive, and it was just one rose, and that's it. So that was and that's the energy I get, is like paired opposites. It could be your own children, your inner child, your inner love, or it could be, you come to the realization you really do have a love in your life, a love interest. And for those who are having love interests, I really feel strongly, there is a love interest part to this, because I have been pulling that for my readings and bringing harmony. Oh, I didn't see that. So in this card, she's playing a violin or a stringed instrument. And I shouldn't say it's a she, but it's an angel with red hair, fire hair, and she's flowing with the song, the inner harmony of her own song. She's moving to her own song. Children. So it could be she's moving to her inner child, the song of her inner child. I'm going to do one more because I love pulling cards. I'll do one more for the overall energy. One more for the overall energy. One more for the overall energy. This one's sticking out. This is going to be pertinent for the person who gave me this. You'll know. Music. What is she doing here? She's moving to her own song. For those who are having issues where they feel victimized, just remember that this is the most important thing. The truth. Because what does the truth do? Well, it sets you free, brings you harmony, and you have people in your life that support you, friends, loves, whatever. And sometimes we're guided to each other for a reason. Could be we're all children of whatever we are. But at the end of the day, look at these two cards. They're very similar. Whether you're a stringed instrument or that of the wind, you know what I mean? Okay. So, that is our weekly card reading and full moon reading. I do have a card that I'm going to pick for a Gemini with a Scorpio moon, male. They asked if I could pick a card for them. And if you find this to resonate with you as well, this is the card reading for them. And I'm going to shuffle it really well. I'm actually going to use rose water on my fingers. Just clear it. This is for him. So for my friend, that is a Gemini sun. This is for them. Gemini sun. This card, these two cards are stuck together, and I think these need to come out. So, okay. So, because you're a Gemini, I got two, usually Gemini. One is romance, and the other is friendship. Now, it does go in harmony with the weekly, which had, the middle of the week having soulmate. And so these are the two cards for you. I have been picking friendship for a lot of people lately because of the idea that the world is kind of moving towards the need to harmonize, become friends with one another, but also utilize their friendships in order to find harmony. But there is a romantic element to it as well. So, what I would say about that is, Gemini Sun, you have a Scorpio Moon. Look at that. Thank you, roommate, for sneezing. My roommate just sneezed out there. Which means it's the truth, because my roommate's also a Gemini. Ha! You sneezed twice. Anyway, I'm stupid. Romance to it. You're also undergoing your Mars thing right now. So, but pay attention to this before you get to that. So, that is a personal card reading, but if it resonates with anybody else, also know that there are also romantic elements in this week as well. So, if you do want a personal shout out on the end of any of my videos, please feel free to put a message in the comments section. And thank you so much, and have a great week. Peace and love. Bye.